last Memorial Day weekend, my niece, who was 24 years old, was killed. She had a 6-month-old baby, and I'm sure some of you know about it. She was at the gas station up on Teutonia in Hampton. And it's ironic, I passed by that gas station that day to go somewhere, and I was talking about her and her mother, and then I was leaving there, and then I saw all of the tape around it, and I had no idea what had happened. And then my son called me, and he said, "Mom, he said, Teresa, I'm hearing through social media that Teresa got killed." I said, "Teresa who?" And so he tells me, of course, that she was my niece. So with the advent of this social media, everything is instant right now. And it's a lot of good stuff, but it's a lot of bad stuff. But I want to go back to when she was born. And my sister and I, this particular sister, I grew up in a family of 5, and her mother was my baby sister. She was always a different one. Probably in this day and time, we'd call it mental illness. She had my niece in 1992, and in 1997, her father was killed over on Teutonia. He was in a hit-and-run car accident. And my sister, she wasn't married to him, and she took it really hard, and she barely, and I guess in my mind, wanted the child. But anyway, her father had a life insurance policy, and he didn't want my sister to manage it because he knew that, with what she did, she did a lot of gambling and that kind of thing. So my mother talked me into to being the guardian over my niece's estate, and it came out a large sum of money, and so I was to manage that. So I had to go through that for a really long time. But and my niece, like I said, she would talk to me. She'd come over when my sister would put her out or be mean to her or whatever. But when she finally got that money, it was, probably a couple $100,000. She went through it in about 9 months. And then she started, after she went through it, she'd come to me on Thanksgiving, on other days. "Auntie, I need some money. Auntie, I'm hungry, I need food. Auntie, I need this, I need that." So finally, one day she came to me and she asked me to borrow about $500. And I told her, just no, I'm not going to be used because this is not right. So she sent in messages to my kids, to my son, my daughter, to letting them know that, well, I don't like your mama, but, y'all okay with me. And she's putting things on Facebook. I wasn't her friend, but she's putting things on Facebook like, "I'd have this much money if my auntie didn't do this. I'd have this much money." So her mother wasn't on Facebook, but she was always on Facebook, doing that kind of thing. So I'm saying all that to say is, when I heard about that, it hurt so bad. It hurt the family because all of the family members that were divided were going to try to see my sister, including me, and she didn't really want to see anybody or deal with anybody. And of course, you got this 6-month-old baby, and she wasn't really necessarily fit even to take care of her own daughter. So I just want to say that, when people say that the burdens our weight, but I don't know how some people get up, because without prayer and without having a place to go to, and my sister never worked, you go into a box, and it's just tough. And I really believe, even if I look within the parameters of my family, that mental illness is real, and that's something that we really have to deal with on a larger scale.